Hi, my name is Mark Shears. I was the camera person for Killer Meals in a Minute. We used an iPhone XS with Filmic Pro because of all the extra features it had. The phone didn't really have any limitations. It was a pretty simple setup because it was just the one downward view. Yeah, it worked very well for what we were doing because the tripod and the docket obviously were able to hold a much smaller and lighter camera than a massive DSLR that we'd be using. I don't really think there were many cons of using the phone. I guess the classic one of the quality not being as great. I think a DSLR still has that crispness. We didn't actually have to zoom in the phone, which was good. We was just able to have the shot, so it was able to maintain the crispness and quality of filming the food and doing all the steps. Another issue that we ran into was the use of the tripod. If we watched a bunch of behind the scenes tasty videos and they had massive contraptions where an arm came all the way out over, you wouldn't get the legs of the tripod in the shot. So we had to use a lot of duct tape. So yeah, we ended up having it on an angle, but we made sure it was very secure. We didn't start filming until we made sure that there was no way anything would fall over.
If you can't fix it with duct tape, you ain't used enough duct tape.
Hi, I'm Daniel and I was the editor and also the talent. On set we used the Adobe Rush smartphone app to do a rough cut just to get an idea of how the final project would turn out. So being the editor on the set, it was important to understand how things would be edited. For example, the time lapses, if anything was sped up or slowed down, we would need to film according to that. It was also important to keep track of consistency, so if we were filming things at different times for different episodes, we need to make sure that the set and everything was set up appropriately so it wouldn't be jarring when editing could prove to be a bit difficult. We will need to try and find a balance to make them all hit that 1 minute without some episodes feeling rushed or other ones feeling like they're dragged out. Using the smartphone for filming and doing the rough cuts, it's quite simple. It's a bit quicker. You can't get into the great detail that you would like if you were using an app like Premiere, for example, on the PC, but it makes for a quick edit and a quick filming.
How's it going?
Going good. I'm just double checking the recipe on how to do it, when to use the onions and stuff like that.
Cool.
I'm Maya and I was the sound person on this project. I had to do a lot of research. I listened to a lot of tasty videos. They actually all have different themes. Most of the music was upbeat. Some had like jazz feels. I wanted to recreate the kind of upbeat music that you usually hear in tasty videos. GarageBand was the best way to do that. It had a lot more options than the other apps that I had explored, especially since most of the apps were kind of synthesizers where GarageBand was actually more instrument based, and it helped with having a lot of instrument loops. The music on these tasty videos is actually very repetitive. That was also another thing that I wanted to copy as well. GarageBand it took a little bit of getting used to. With GarageBand, because I hadn't worked with GarageBand before, or at least on my phone, it kind of took a while to actually get used to finding all the loops and saving them and putting them in a sequence. When we were doing actual production, I did plan for actually recording some sounds, but we realized, at least in the first 4 episodes, that we didn't actually need sound, that the music was just going to be enough.
So my name's Drew, and my role in this production was of producer and writer. So as producer, I did some research into the recipes and then had to work out how to substitute some of those ingredients for what would be the sort of human ingredients. We approached butchers to find anything that they could give us. One butcher's gave us bullseyes, some lamb hearts, and some livers. I also bought some fake human fingers and a fake foot. So I delegated an episode to each person. That was their episode to research, and the actual production went really well.
We've done the preparation for all the meals, all our episodes, most of the episodes. We just need to cook some more meatloaf in the fridge, in the oven, whatever that's called. Bit of fun.
You can probably start doing that.
I panicked.